That Ochugbua is a highly dynamic and result-driven media expert with over 17 years experience in digital sales, corporate comms, and business planning. Currently, she's the digital sales manager at Business Day Media, where she shapes sales strategy and leads teams responsible for achieving digital revenue goals. Madam Linda, with an MSc, has an MSc in management with a distinction. She has spearheaded campaigns for major brands, not small brands, but major ones like PwC, KPMG, and she's also an award-winning professional dedicated to mentoring and building a legacy of empowerment in the African media space. So, Madam Linda is essentially a media expert. Long and short of the story. So she's the professional really capable of telling us how to be visible in media. So this gives us the idea that we should listen to her. And as we welcome her, let's welcome her with claps, e-claps, celebrations, and love emojis as I hand over the microphone to her for her to speak to us about the business of media and staying relevant in this century. Thank you very much, Madam Linda.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me, and I hope you're having a very beautiful Saturday. Just wave your hands if you can hear me, so I know that I'm speaking to a lot of people.
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
so I like to have discussions that are very practical. And Linda, I want to thank you for bringing me on board. I'm so grateful that I met you at an event. So I always tell people, when you go for events, what did you achieve? You need to have a clear-cut goal. And you might just be sitting next to your helper and you don't know. And most times,
between me and you, I beg, stop.
And most times we're on our phones, we're on Instagram, but we are never meeting the next person by our side. So I want to give us that task to leave our phones. It's okay with pictures, you can post that later video, but make sure you really meet people, because this meeting now is I can only see faces and hopefully I get to meet them. I've gone on LinkedIn and I have followed some people. And I hope that they will follow me back, but that's not the issue here. The issue here is, what do you then do with those social media pages? And what do we find about you when you set? So that's my business. I want to thank Dr. Hanatu, amazing session. God Jesus, I learned a lot and I'm thinking about so many things in my head. It's scaring me, but it's perfect. You really put so much in my head. And I want to thank Uloma. I'm in the career space, so I totally, really connect and understand with you trying to work life balance. Honestly, there is no balance. You got to find what works for you, and you have to take a break. So, but I won't want to go into some of the things. I want to talk about my forte, where I know. So first, I want you to go on Google and just type your name. So let's say Linda Ada Obi. Type your name on Google. And what do you find? There's some key things that are going to come up about you. And honest truth, right now, we live in an era where what I think about you is different from what you think about yourself. So if you do not place the right things about you for me to see, I'm going to make my perception of what I think about you that is not necessarily true, but that is what I think. So I tell people, especially women, most times I'm just busy doing my work and it's okay. But the honest truth is that we are definitely going to go with those who are doing the work and are saying what they are doing and are visible and are sure and clear about it. So that brings me to where I'm coming to. So whatever you see, keep it and we'll talk about it. Now, there are some platforms that are key. And the major platform that will come up first, which was the most important place I actually went to search for our speakers, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most optimized platform that will pop up first if you have social media. So I tell people, if you're in business, you're a professional CEO, we connect with people, make sure that your LinkedIn is top notch. First. Instagram is okay. We're posting pictures and videos, it's so busy. Facebook is so clumsy. How on earth are we going to find you and hear your voice and what you're doing? TikTok is, you know what TikTok is. I'm going to leave that for another day. But if you are clear on what you want to do, where you're going and how you want to go about it, LinkedIn is the first place I feel like you should do something. Now, there's this so much thing about visibility, posting. So you see so many people are posting. And my question is, what are you posting? Does it have direction? Does it have clarity? What is it making sense? Is it making impact? But my keyword for you today that you're going to go back with will be, what value are you adding with what you're posting? So if you can take that down for me, that will be key point number one. So there's a difference with posting so much. There's a difference with posting pictures out at this event. There's a difference with posting videos. You're just keeping people abreast. And there's a difference with you creating a voice and a calendar for yourself as Dr. Hannah, the professional doctor teaching women how to manage life and balance. And this is what I stand for. This is what I want to be known for. This is what I want you to see about me. And this is what I want you to care about my career and my purpose. So before you go about posting, have a clarity on what you want people to know about you, what you want them to see, what you want to feed them with, and how you want to feed them. Brings me to my next point of, what would you be saying when you post? So you see a lot of people, they have fine pictures, and see, women always get this thing confusing. I'm not fine, I don't have fine pictures, I don't have videos, so I'm not posting. There's a difference with just creating content. People are just liking, clicking, and when you are creating value. So my keyword for you today will be, as a career person, as a business person, whether you're Hajara, you're just starting or you're building, let's have a clear goal. Hajara, in the next 10 years, what will people find me for? What will people search and say, I have seen Hajara. She has consistently been keeping her voice and creating content around this. This is what she's known for. That is where I come in. That is where I tell people, as media people, you have to create your purpose. So number one, you can write that down. What is your purpose? For me, I create my 40 around 3 things. And as women, they've said it here, we have time, we have skills, we have power, and we can multitask. The question is, we don't put ourselves first and our health first, so we get burnt. But honestly, we have the capacity, we have the capability, we have the power and the strength to do 10 things and still be okay. Men cannot. It's only one at a time. But the question is, because you have not kept a clear-cut plan, calendar, and direction, you get burnt. So when you need a break, take a break. So let me use myself as an example, because sometimes some people say, oh, you act like you're mad or you're crazy. No, I'm not mad. I'm not crazy. But I have learned to manage my time. And when I manage the time, for everybody that cares around me, they know my timing. They know what to do, when to catch me, how to catch me, what I will be doing. So they are not confused. They know if you call her at this time, she's not picking. This is where she is. And it is clear. I will tell you from the beginning, and it's almost, except something comes up like this. I'll say, I'm at a training class. Normally on this Saturday, I will probably take a walk. I'll go to my dance class and I read if I have the time. I will call my friends. I will call my family. I will walk, cook, clean. As I'm doing that, I'm arranging. It is Saturday. Monday to Friday, it's work. But let's leave that. So when you set your name and then you find yourself, the question is, what are people checking out and what are people seeing about you? So I like to create content around movies. I create content around small businesses, helping them grow. I create content around advertising, marketing. I had a campaign I started, it's like 2 years now, just telling you about not winking in the dark. So as a business person, salesperson, career person, if you are good at what you do and you cannot tell me or the next person what you do, it just looks like you are winking in the dark and you are expecting that somebody is seeing you. I can't see you. And the honest truth is that you are black again, in the dark again, and you're winking your eye again. Like, how on earth am I going to see you? But your ability to talk about and tell us what you're doing in a very concise way is what differentiates visibility from posting. So there's a very strong lady on LinkedIn who talks about women and visibility. Gloria just saying, she's my girl. Women are always scared to talk about what they do. I don't know why, but we're afraid. They would say, oh, she's doing too much, oh, she's overdoing, oh, only her sabi, oh. My sister, if you're going to do well, you have to do much more, because in the world we live in, we have to do much more to be able to even get as close and be at. So if you are not, like Linda said, if you're going to do well, you have to do much more so that you're not broke. And me, I don't want to be broke. So let me talk about the key things that will guide. Number one, as a lady, as a female business career person, what are the things that will help you and guide you into this creating a purpose, a vision, and a calendar? Number one, what you listen to. So my sanity together. So I choose the videos I watch, I choose the music I listen to, I choose what I listen to, when I listen to, the time. And I think Zuri Circle is just amazing with words of affirmation. If you cannot say it to yourself, if you cannot write it down, if you cannot make it plain, you cannot achieve it. So you must have your goals. I remember the last one when we had, I've been writing my goals since 2021. So before then, I have it in my head. I want to do this, I want to go here, I want to travel, I want to buy land, I want to buy a car, I want to. They are all wishes until you can write them down. And that's the same thing about having an accountability partner. The person will hold you and say, Linda, you said you want to do a BSc and MSc this year. Have you done it? You must do it. I saw something here. They are giving a scholarship. You have to. That person holds you accountable. So what you listen to is number one. Number two, please leave all this. I think, I like, I want to create a clear-cut plan. This is my goal for this year. I'm break them down into months, quarter, weekly, daily, and time. When I tell people how crazy sometimes some days are, they're like wondering how. So I write them down. I break them down into big papers, writing everything down. What am I going to do? What time? When am I going to do it? You can't have a good, like a plan and a calendar and a visibility without making sure they are clear. Write it down. What is going to be my goal? What's going to be my vision for this year, for next year, next 3 years, next 5 years? And I tell people, for instance, now I've been writing movie content for the past 10 years, every week, right? So I have to watch 3 or 4 movies in a week, right? Multiply that times 52, that's about 250 something. Multiply that times 10 years. I can call myself a consultant and expert analyst in movie because I have done 2,552. So I have my evidence. The question is, what's your evidence? As a medical doctor for 10 years, what can you show that you have been doing clearly, that we can see, that we can hold you for, and that this is what you are going to be known for? Have a vision board. Don't be afraid to write it. Don't be afraid. Just write it clearly that in the next 10 years, I want to be one of the most impactful female doctors, helping women battle through the issues of PCOS and family life balance and problem and career. Write it down. And as you write it down, you begin to tell people and they begin to help you. So you can create videos like this, create content like this. Oh, I think this would be nice. And that's the journey. Let's take for example now, we have Dr. Puka. I always like to use Dr. He started off, he told the story, how he then decided to create content, he's reaching more people, he's creating our doctor, he's creating the app. Who says we can't? It all started with creating video content on medical line, making it simple. So have your clear, do you want to make it complex? Do you want to make it simple? That visibility and clear-cut direction is what's going to help you. We talked about your purpose. Most times in life, and especially as women, and it's okay. It's okay to know, it's okay not to know. No judgment. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. But when you have your purpose and your direction, it then gives you a guide. And even if it's going to, whether you're going to get married or so, you then know the kind of person that you want to. So it's clear, this one will work, this one will work, because you are sure where you're going to. You're sure what you want to do. You are sure the impact and able to move forward. I then talk about number 4. Who are your friends? And you know the saying about the friends you keep are the kind of things that you are going to, that they say, tell me the richest person in your circle, and that is who you are going to be like or half as good as. So about 4 or 5 years ago, I woke up and I said, you know what? I don't want to be broke anymore. I want to change my friend circle. And I decided to go and start looking for people who I felt were better than I am, whether they were male or female. I wanted to be better. I wanted to do more. I wanted to achieve more. And I said, you can't achieve more if you don't have this. So see, if you have friends who judge you when you buy a handbag of 500,000, that's how rich they are. So they are only judging you on the basis of. But if you have friends who are thinking of buying houses, cars, land, traveling, when you buy, you say, so you're still buying back 500K. Have you bought land? Yeah, what are you doing with your money? You don't. The people around you determine how far you're going to go. Take it from me or leave it. If you're going to go far, better check the circle. What are they talking about? What are they discussing? Are they discussing people? Are they discussing investments? What they discuss will tell you where you'll be in the next 5 years. If you are going to be bleached, broke, and begging, or you're going to be rich, thinking of investment and see, you cannot make an impact or help if you yourself have not been helped. So you can't make impact, you can't create stuff if you have not even had enough. Then I talk about your mind. Everybody has said that a lot. What day I wake up and I'm struggling with between 20 to 40 or 50 pages. So I tell people, I say, what you read is what you become. So when I buy the book, I check, I say it has 198 pages. And I say 198 pages, if I do 40 or 50, I can read it in 5 days. If I do 25 pages, I can read it in 8 days. So if I read 4 times a week, even if I can't read every day, in 2 weeks, I'll be done. What did I do? I broke down my goal into how I'm going to read it, how it's going to take me. When is the best time for me? I read first thing in the morning, because once I touch my phone at 8 o'clock, it's on your mark, said, till 11 p.m. at night. They're running, they're chasing you, they're calling you, they're doing this. So you also have to find your best time. What's your best? Because if you don't have content, you cannot give up. You can't say anything if you don't have anything here in your head. So you have to think, what am I reading? What am I listening to? What documentaries am I watching? Who am I listening to on YouTube? Am I just listening to fashion bag, all those things? Or am I listening to great business people? How did they start? How did they move? What did they do? What did they face? Those things will definitely affect you. Then let's talk about exercise and fitness. So yes, almost time women are like, oh, I'm tired, I'm busy. A few months ago, something happened to me. I lost someone, so I was dying. I was literally dying. But the fact about dying is that people don't know you are dying. You look okay, you look perfect, you look fine until you slump. And for those of you who slump and come back, it's not yet your time. Thank God for your life. For some people, they slump and they don't come back. I saw that I was getting to the point where I was going to slump. And I was like, if they don't give me this break, me, myself, I will resign from this work, because I knew I was sinking. I took the break for 2 weeks. And then what's your break? What makes you happy? People find their breaks. For me, if I find my break, I want to travel. I need fresh air. I need to think. I need to see things from another perspective. When I came back from that break, I told somebody that I felt like ugu they kept in water and they brought out, and I was alive. I was like, God, is this what it feels to be alive? Because on a good day, I don't fall sick. I don't have a headache. Once you exercise, you eat right, you do what you won't be sick, at least. So I found that I was having headache. I was feeling down, tired. When I came back from that break, oh my God, I felt like a Ferrari, ready to move. And see, honestly, when you need a break, please take a break. You don't owe anybody any explanation, any English, anybody that cannot understand that you need a break. When you say you need a break, that person is not about your welfare. Take it and come back and be better. Okay, so I talked about keeping fit, which makes you better. I talked about the brain having the ability to work and do much more. So you need to tax your brain. This brain, oh my God, it can do more than you can think of or imagine, but you are not even using it. So use it. Just try it. You'll be shocked at the kind of skills you can learn, the things you can do, and how far you can go in life. Another thing about us women is that we're always quick to compare and to judge. And I tell people, I say, my journey is not your journey. Your journey is not my journey. Stop using my journey to compare your journey. Don't do it. Your mindset, being positive, being enthusiastic, every single thing affects how you come out to the room, how visible you be. And you see, if you cannot tell your mind you are great, when you come out to the room, even when they call you great, you'll be looking for the person, is it me? Oh my God, I didn't know I was great. Because you have already downplayed yourself so much that even an external person can't even convince you to convince yourself that you are great at what you do. So you have to stay positive. Keep your mindset really positive. Ask the right questions. Listen. Most times we are always quick to talk, judge. I tell people that I'm an introvert. And they are like, hey, you don't look like an introvert. I say I'm an introvert. I don't like to talk. But unfortunately, this sales work makes me talk. I have to keep talking. And it's not part of my life. If you ask me, I just want to be quiet. I just want to sit down, watch my movie, read my book, and stay on my own. But unfortunately, I cannot stay on my own again. So it's called life, which means we have the tendency and the power to learn anything. You can be an introvert and an extrovert. You can be it. It's just called life. And the ability to make the best of it makes it work. So when I meet people, I want to listen to them. I want to hear them out. I want to know where they are going. I want to know what they want to achieve. Then my question would then be, how do I add to where they are going? How do I add value to what they want to do? How do I make them better? How do I plug them into things? That for me is my impact. And that is enough for me in whatever I want to do. Now, what do you want to be known for? I mentioned that earlier. What do you want to stand for? And I tell people everything you're doing online now is like a puzzle, it's plugged together. What you're clicking on, what you're liking, what you're sharing, what you're forwarding, what you're posting. Everything we can see it, we can click it together and then decide who you are. So I tell people, if you know that you're not really interested in something and it's not, you don't like it, don't click it, don't share it, don't forward it, don't post it. Whatever it is that you want to be known for, stand by. And then sometimes some people do jobs that they don't really want to be known for. With time, please find something you are happy about. You will see that you talk about it with so much joy, so much ease, so much, when you are happy, we can see it. You are excited in the morning. Some people are selling products that they are frustrated about selling. They know themselves that they can't even use the product. They don't want to use it, but they're looking for work, so they have to sell it. And it's okay. But make sure you are standing by what you want to be known for. Have a purpose, have a plan. And then I tell people that everything that you are doing now is going to be part of the past. And whether you like it or not, we are going to use it to judge you when it's time in front. So be careful. Whatever it is that you want to share with us, you want to post, make sure that it is what you can defend. Make sure it is what you can stand for. Make sure it is something that you'll be proud of. And make sure that in 10 years' time, you are not ashamed of the things that you did. Then you're not going back to go and start pulling it down. The unfortunate part about pulling it down is that we have all seen it. We've shared it, we've saved it, we have kept it for you. And we'll bring it back in future when you now want to be the minister. So be careful. Everything in media can either hurt you or make you better. So I tell people, you don't have to tell us everything. Tell us what is key. Tell us what is important. Tell us what is necessary. Tell us what is valuable. Tell us what is impactful. And the ones not necessary, leave it. You don't have to give us. Just tell us how we want to see you, how we can create an impression about you, how we can create a brand and perception, whether it's about you, your brand, your product, your service. How many of you have realized that there are some products you will not buy? Not because you don't like the product, you don't like the person that is selling it, or you don't like the owner. It's called perception. And there are sometimes that you are buying some products, not because you really like the product, but you like the story that they are telling with the product, how they are helping women, how they are helping children in the deprived places. They are not necessarily doing it, but they've sold you a story. And that story has touched your heart. And that heart is making you buy, even when you don't feel like buying, even when you don't have money, but you are connecting. My question will be for you today. How do you create your own story that will make people come and buy your product, whether you are selling a service, a product, or just yourself, but they will be able to connect with you, understanding that you are building an ecosystem, not just posting or visibility, but a relevant ecosystem that will outlive you forever. On that note, I want to say thank you. I hope I've been able to convince you, not to confuse you with all my points about clarity with visibility and relevance and what you're creating and the impact, and having a calendar, and to thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Linda. You have literally answered all the questions I had for you. Yes, you told us how we can remain visible. That is by having a clear goal. That is what do we want to be known for. You even gave us a practical exercise. Go to Google and search our names. What will come up? Yes, you answered the question of common mistakes women make, which is sharing information that is not relevant, sharing too much information that can hurt us. You talked about storytelling and brand perceptions of businesses and how we can tell stories to, gain more customers, and how, some people would buy a product or a service or would not because of the story behind it. So you have literally just answered the series of questions I had for you. And I would want the audience to please ask your questions as it relates to media, as it relates to the business of media, as it relates to staying relevant. I do have one more question though. But before I ask my question, I want the audience members to contribute. What questions do you have for Madam Linda? What clarifications do you seek? She's here with us and she's ready to share. In fact, she shared a lot with her outline, like she told us, have smart goals. We saw her own outline. So yes, if you have questions, let's have them. While I'm waiting for questions to come up in the comment section, in the message, in chat messages, Madam Linda, my question, quickly, briefly, because time is fast spent, and like I said, you already answered all the questions I had down for you. The question I'd like to ask now is, what advice would you give, briefly, practical advice? Like you said, everything you've told us today has been practical, nothing theoretical. This is something that we can actually do. So briefly, what advice would you give to people who are trying to rebrand themselves, who are trying to reinvent? But I mean, are you with us? Your camera is not moving. Or is my network bad? She has left the meeting.
I think she
Hello?
left. Maybe her network glitched. She left.
Network.
Yes. So while we wait for her to come, I would like us to ask her questions in the in-chat messages.
And while we are typing our questions so that we can make the best use of time,
Yes.
I just want to leave us with a charge. I know that this meeting is built to close at 1 o'clock after we have announced some of the winners. A lot has been said today, right? And I'm not even going to add anything or discount from it, right? But what I want to do is an interruption to the woman that you have been constructing, right? That's brick by painful brick. I know this because I'm a woman, right? Okay, Linda is back. So ask the question.
Yes, Madam Linda, hello? We cannot hear
I'm so
you.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I lost my Wi-Fi network, but I'm back now, connected.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Please, what was the last thing you heard when you got disconnected?
Okay, so
So
you were trying to ask a question, Margaret. So that was the last point.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Yes. So I was asking that, what advice would you give to women who are trying to reinvent, rebrand themselves in the media? They probably already had a brand and probably it's not what they wanted it to be, or maybe it's actually what they wanted it to be, but they also want to create another brand for themselves or for their businesses. What advice, briefly practical, would you give to people, women like that? Thank you.
Okay, so first things first, I like to sit down with women and ask them what they really want to do and what they want to achieve. When you meet some people, they don't want the whole social media story impact. They want to be behind the scene, and it is absolutely okay. It's fine. Everybody's not going to come out and be talking, posting. And honestly, not everybody can talk, not everybody can write, not everybody can post, and not everyone will be relevant. So I find out that it's in consistently doing this that you get better. And you can be shocked at where it will take you to, where it will lead you to, and how far you will go from just that small thing. Let's use Apropos Doctor again, for example. He's traveling around the world, creating impact, sitting with great men, just because of content that he started creating a few years ago, and the impact is huge. Like, he's speaking to millions of people every week globally, listening to him, giving them instructions on what to do, what not to do. Some people are even tired. They say, Apoko, let's just drink water. Everything we do, you say it will kill us, we will die. And the honest truth is, we will shall still die. That one is constant. Everybody, we are not going to live this world alive. But in everything you do, is the storytelling and the fact that you have to do it in moderation. If you exercise 10 hours, you will die. If you exercise one, so do it gently, eat well, eat right, water. You need a bit of sugar. If you avoid sugar, you will collapse. There was one time they told me to go on a keto fast. I almost died though. They say only protein. Don't be eating chicken, beef, meat. Don't eat rice, don't eat sugar. At some point, I started suffering from amnesia. I will wake up, I'm asking somebody, is today Monday or Tuesday? Is today Wednesday? What's today's date? Is it 10th of October? Is it? I was like, hey, I'm dying, somebody should help me. I now had to call a doctor friend. He said, what are you doing? I said, I've been on keto, man. Only chicken, fish, protein. I haven't had sugar in 1 month. They now told me to do black bullets. He almost landed me in the hospital. Coffee wants to kill me. I don't need to drink coffee. Coffee makes me sleep. It can't even keep me awake. So you need to understand yourself. I almost died though. When I realized that I was suffering from deficiency of sugar.
For life.
Because somebody like Linda, I'm talking from 8 o'clock to 11 p.m. Talk sale, talk PR, talk pitch. Then you didn't give me sugar. Suicide mission now. You know, as you're about to say, oh, Maku, I was about to die. So I tell people, I say, you need to find what works for you. Don't go and die before your time. Don't die. Keto was for people who were suffering from, when I spoke to a doctor, I think from people who are suffering from this, they'll not put you on keto diet. Meanwhile, I'm not suffering from the disease. I'm okay. I'm healthy. Then I now went to acquire problem because I want to lose drastic weight. So please, my question will be, know where you are now going to in this whole rebranding. So for instance, people call me dexterous. Linda can write, I can cook, I can write books, I can read, I can do movie review. So I decided to say, don't insult me. I won't take it from you, Maggie.
No, I'm not insulting. I'm sorry.
No. Jack of all trades, master of all. I mean, some people
I'm joking, Maggie. I'm joking. So I have the strength, right, to do plenty things. These plenty things, you would think I'm mad. And the fact that I have strength, I know it's like to compare my strength to another person because some people used to say I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm just hyper, very, very, very hyper. And I feel like my energy is still high because very soon, when you have your energy at the highest, be using it because very soon the energy will start dropping. You know, you things, you are running up and down. You can't be doing it again. So I decided to say, okay, Linda, what do you really want to be known for? You can cook, keep it aside. I created a page for it, food on go. On the side, maybe one day I will do something with it. Then I said, okay, I really want to keep on writing movie reviews. I want to help people know what to watch. It's a hobby, so let me make something good out of it. It's on the pipeline. But what do I want to earn a living from? Where do I eat from? Is this branding and PR? This is my forte. So I write it there. Forte is with working with small businesses, helping them create brands that will help them create visibility and revenue. That's my forte. When I see brands, I'm thinking, how do I help them? What do they do? How would they go about it? How do I help small businesses? I have a small business event coming up in December, fastest growing SME 100. So I deal with a lot of SMEs. We discuss how do I find out how they are coping, they are doing. I have SME clinics monthly. I have Millennial Hangout. So I decided to create a niche, right? Movies there. Communications, branding, PR, marketing is one side. This is where I'll eat from. So if you meet me, I'm looking at you, I'm asking Linda, where are you going to? What do you want to do? Okay, Linda, I think you can do this to help you. Work on LinkedIn, work on interviews. Linda, write opinion, be more visible on LinkedIn. Then the person who is selling more and more, I can't give her Linda's strategy. We are going to Instagram. How do we create video content that people will like around moi moi? How will people see it and want to eat? How would they want to buy? How do we tell the story around you, the moi moi maker, that you love creating moi moi? Your moi moi is sweet, your moi moi is nice, and everybody wants to come and buy. Then the story is different. So we are creating a perception around you and the brand and how people and why people should love you and buy from you. So you see that Linda's strategy and the moi moi seller strategy are totally different. So for each person to rebrand, the thinking has to be you. Do you want to be seen? How often? Where? When? I don't know if some people need some person, maybe one person. I can see how I can sit down with the person and then say, okay, these are my thoughts. This is what you should do. This is how you should do it. That would be my free bono to somebody from Zurich Circle to just help them create a clear-cut strategy on what to do. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It will be gently and you get better. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you very much. So if to paraphrase what you've said, for anybody to rebrand and reinvent themselves, they must understand where they are going to. That's ideal, yes. And where Madam Linda is going to is different from where Madam Josephine is going to, is different from where Madam Esther is going to. So it's different. There's no one umbrella for everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Since we do not have any question right now, I think I would hand over to
Lydia's hand is up. Lydia SN has raised her hand. Mrs. Bemi said, I can fight. Sorry, Bemi, don't fight.
We are, hi, Madam Lydia. We are
hello. I've raised my hand for quite some time. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Sorry, I was offline for about 20 minutes because the network just disappeared from my phone. So I couldn't finish with the last speaker, and it's really pained me. But thank God for this one. So, ma'am, you are bearing the name of a favorite of mine. So you're also Madam Linda. Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
When the first thing I heard when I came back online that you said was Google your name now, that's your business name or something, and check what it brings out. Okay, I did mine and my profile popped up on Google. What does that imply in the simplest terms possible? What does that imply? You know, I don't want to just get carried away. Oh, my name came up. What does that imply? And if it's a positive sign, what can I do to get better? I don't know how to explain this now. What can I do? What does that imply? Maybe if you are able to answer that, I will now be able to deal with the second part myself. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, hi, Lydia. Nice to meet you. So I decided to go and search on Google. Lydia SN is the Business Innovator Customer Assistance Service. Is that you?
Not at all. My full names are Lydia Ele SN. Google it that way. You will see it.
What is
Lydia
Ele? Spell the Ele.
ELLE.
Okay. So now another issue people need to check. So for people like me, Linda, Adaobi, and Linda, myself, like our names are very popular names. So you have to be lucky. And if you're not lucky, if you have somebody behind your same surname, problem means that somebody else looking for you might go and give your business to another person because both of you have similar names. So you must find a way to for some weird reasons, I'm not even so Lydia, I'm trying to search you so that I can give a practical explanation to you on what I can find about you. So I put LYDIA
ELLE then SN ESSIEN.
Okay, sorry, don't worry, Margaret. I'm going to be fast. Don't worry. Okay, so do you have a picture wearing a black dress? Seen for Lydia say, and I'm not sure which of them is you.
Best Minds Educational Consultancy. Check for the one that has that.
Oh, okay. So I have to scroll down to find your Instagram page, Best Mind Education Consultant. Is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
You got a lot of work to do. Okay, so you see all this stress now I've gone through to find India. There's a lot of stress, very big stress, plenty stress, headache. Now I want to find you on one dial and I want your particular name and surname to pop up on top. And the only way that will happen is when you are on the right platform or you're creating the right content. So you can use me, for example, just put my name and my surname. I don't have to put my middle name. And then you see that the more work that you do, the more content that you create, relevant content, the easier it is for them to just put you on top and nobody will be bearing your name. So you got to put in the work. So I'm writing content on Weekend App, no payment, but I'm trying to build myself. I've gone on TV, talk about different things. I want to start writing opinion pieces around small business. That's my new goal. I write every Saturday. I've written every Saturday for the past 7-8 years. So somehow Google picks me as an author, but I'm not an author really. I'm not a journalist. But I wanted to learn everything around media, from writing to marketing to sales to digital content creation to video content creation, and then also to building a brand for myself. And what does it entail to build a brand on SEO? You got to write for good platforms that will see you. So make sure that you have been featured on major platforms, whether they are interviewing you, you had an event, a press statement, press release, a feature, or you're writing an opinion around your area, so that when people search you, they know what to find about Lydia or Lydia SN. So Lydia SN, her LinkedIn is popping up, which means for me, I'm supposed to see your LinkedIn on top. So that means you're not doing a lot of work on your LinkedIn. I'll go and check you out. So if your LinkedIn is good, first thing, that's the first thing that will come up. Then you see news features, you see articles, you see content across social media, you see mentions, you see other collaborations. Everything adds to building a big brand. Nothing must be missing, nothing must be broken. Everything together will make up this whole brand called Lydia SN. And so everything, I tell you, so everything you're posting, when and how, is very important. And if you are sure of the goal you are trying to create, and the image you are trying to create, and the perception you are trying to create, you must pay attention to every single detail so that you know where you are and where you want to get to. I hope with these 3 points of mine, I've been able to clarify some things for you, Lydia, and the work that you need to do in just creating and putting your name out there. Thank you.